Welcome to the source.
Are we live? Yeah, we're fucking live.
The source. Source.
Yeah, we are.
Hey, get the source.
Yo. I'm broadcasting from Prop Beaver's machine. Dude goes on 15 vacations a month. And this is a nightmare getting it set up. So I think we're good. Oh my God. Yeah, real exciting. We get to go through 6 shitty baseball games. Really excited about it. Baseball's the best. Really having a lot of fun with it too. Oh my God, you can see the Caitlin Clark poster in the background.
That's why I was dying the whole time.
We put this up right next to Rob Beaver's desk.
It's the first thing I saw this morning. You threw the headphones down, and I looked up, and I saw that.
Oh my God, this desk sucks, man. I need to get a cleaning crew in here and sanitize it. All right, first up, Grimace, Oakland, -180. Look, is Oakland dead against lefties? And I'm not buying the shit where it's like, oh, there's no Rooker. That means they don't hit lefties. Like, that's a bunch of bullshit.
I was just going to say, I think today would be the true answer to that question, I guess, would be today. I guess I can give them a pass yesterday with that first game without Rooker being there. But I do agree with you that I don't think that you put up the numbers that they put up versus left-handed pitching. Over the last 30 days, Oakland versus left-handed pitching, second WRC+, third in WOBA, third in OPS. I mean, the last 14 days, though, it's really slowed down. I don't think that's indicative of just Brent Rooker being out of the lineup, obviously, for one day. So maybe, just maybe, they're not as deadly. And if that's the case, then you probably have to look towards the Mets. Not to mention the fact that Quintana has been pretty damn good for them. His last couple starts haven't been great, but both on the road. But two of his last 3 home starts have been really good. He had a blow up against Colorado. It was just like unspeakable. But besides that, he had been really good, including a start against Washington where he went 7 innings, didn't give up a run, and he had just seen that Washington team his previous start. So I have a hard time believing that Quintana doesn't pitch well here today. Because trust me, I was really trying to get there with Oakland in that team total because of the lefties. But the fact that they haven't been definitely hitting them the last 14 days as well makes me a little bit more scary. And then you add on the fact that the Mets are going to have everybody rested and available in their bullpen. None of the main guys that you would want went yesterday besides your guy Brazopan, and he only went 5 pitches. So I would say Mets -1.5 or pass. I'm actually probably going to end up betting Mets -1.5.
I would say the same thing, except for I'm definitely not going to bet it. Why is my mic so low? Hello, testing. Oh my God, I hate this computer. I hate it. All right, let's go on to the next game here, which is what's next? Seattle, Detroit. I got a bet in this one. Hate it. But, I mean, how do you not? How do you not?
I don't know. What do you do?
I took Seattle -1.5, Seattle money line.
Okay. Yeah. I just didn't know because they had just broke your heart. I thought maybe I thought you were going to say, how do you not just take the Tigers again? No. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I just don't know what to think of this Seattle team right now. I will give you that they have a huge starting pitching advantage. They have a huge bullpen advantage. I mean, yeah, I just, I can't argue with you. That's for sure.
I took the Mariners. Bryce Miller, normally not a guy I'd like to back on the road, but actually he's been okay on the road. And just more importantly, I don't know. I mean, the Mariners are going to get four games swept by the Tigers here, and the Tigers used all their main bullpen arms. Some of them threw serious pitches. There's just no way.
Because
I took a loss on them earlier in the series, though.
Yeah, it's the only Seattle would be the only way I look. The only way that I really feel like you could get to Detroit is if you're betting Detroit is at the fact that how they've played against Seattle so far this year, and the fact that maybe you just don't like Seattle. But there's no, I mean, Faedo's been decent. I'll give him that, but at the same time, he isn't going deep into games. And if this is a somewhat of a bullpen game for Detroit,
it's Maeda, isn't it? It's Faedo starting, but I think Kenta Maeda is the primary.
Right. My point being, though, is that he's only going. Even Maeda is only going to be in there for 2, 3, 4 innings, depending on how he pitches. It's not like he's going to go 7, most likely. So my point being is that you're going to see a lot of those guys that you already saw yesterday in that Detroit bullpen. Because keep in mind, guys like Bo Brisk, who's a middle reliever, that would come in around that Maeda time as well. He went 37 yesterday, so they're probably not going to bring him in. Will Vest, who's their closer, one of their best guys, went 34 yesterday. So it really dwindles the guys that you can really be used for Detroit. As far as Seattle goes, everybody's rested and available. I mean, Munoz only went 10, so yeah, huge advantage for Seattle pitching-wise, that's for sure.
If the Mariners lose this game and I lose this bet, honestly, I think they should consider disbanding as an organization. 4 games swept by the Tigers. They had their guys out there. Kirby pitched one of those games. I mean, there's no way. Mark my words. There's no way. Put that in quotes. Kyle says there's no way. There's no way. What could go wrong with that? All right, Dodgers, Brewers. Probably where do you got this chat? Here it is. How people just be throwing windows around the screen, no regard. All right. Dodgers, Brewers, Flaherty against Tobias Myers. I can't believe you didn't get your team total over last night. Like, what they scored 3 in the first inning, right?
3 in the first inning. I think they had 9 hits compared to the Brewers 4. The Brewers won 5.
Shit.
Yeah. I didn't even care that the Brewers won the game. I just couldn't believe that the Dodgers had 9 hits and didn't have 5 runs.
Yeah, it's a heartbreaker.
This price makes absolutely no sense to me. You can get the Dodgers right now at around 125. Mookie Betts isn't playing today. Again, that kind of sucks, but that doesn't move the needle enough. I mean, you do have Will Smith back in the game. Will Smith didn't play yesterday. So I feel like that kind of evens each other out a little bit. I just don't understand. I mean, I guess the books really think that Tobias Myers is going to pitch well here today, and he has been pitching well. I mean, I'm not trying to sit here and make a case that Tobias Myers is going to get hit up over his last 7 starts. The only bad start, which was on the road at Colorado, which I continue to say all the time, Cincinnati and Colorado, you can just throw those out. But besides that, he's been really, really good, going almost 5 innings, only giving up 1 run to teams like Cincinnati, Washington, Miami, the Cubs, Pittsburgh, Cubs, Colorado. That's where we get into the nitty gritty, is that who is he pitching against? This Dodgers offense is going to be clearly one of the better teams that he's faced in 2 months as a starter. So Jack Flaherty, been on the road this year, has been absolutely fantastic. His last 3 road starts, not great offenses. Toronto, Cleveland, I guess Cleveland decent. Cleveland is decent, excuse me. And Oakland, 5, 6, 6. I mean, 17 total innings, 3 runs, over 20 some strikeouts. I mean, Jack Flaherty on the road has been legit. So if you flip it over to that Dodgers bullpen as well, it's not even like in anywhere close to being bad either. So it's not like, oh, the Dodgers have maybe a little bullpen situation. I mean, literally everybody's rested and available. Evan Phillips went 15. Banda went 13 yesterday. Besides that, everybody else is good to go. So this is Dodgers or pass for me. The price has completely sketched me out. So if Jack Flaherty just randomly just stops being good because he's on the Dodgers now, like, I guess so be it. But yeah, it's Dodgers or pass for me. Yeah.
So if Jack Flaherty stops being good, they can have your unit?
I haven't bet it yet, but that's pretty much probably what's going to end up being the case. I mean, Milwaukee scored 4 runs yesterday. They had 4 hits, and the Dodgers had 3 errors. So really, the Brewers didn't do diddly poo offensively yesterday. It was all aided by walks and Dodger errors.
They didn't do, and I quote, diddly poo, you said, huh?
Correct, end quote.
All right, good analysis there, diddly poo. Let's move on to the next one. Let's talk Giants ball. Are the Giants ever going to win a game again, or?
I hope not. Can we bet? Is there a way to bet both teams lose today, Braves and Giants?
Final score.
I'm pretty sure,
bet the exact score 0-0.
I'm pretty sure that's going to be a plus EV bet. Everybody's going to get tucked in tonight if you bet that.
The game will end due to weather before someone actually scores a run.
That's a touche. I have no idea. I don't understand. I guess we're getting the Braves at plus money because Max Fried hasn't looked good. Again, I feel like a broken record though. What just happened? He was in Colorado. Okay. He got hit up in Colorado. The last two starts previous to that on the road in Arizona, they're pretty freaking good right now. He went 6 innings, gave up a run at the Yankees, 6 innings, 1 run. Again, that was a while ago. He's been hurt. I get all that. I'm just saying that I have a hard time believing in my head that Max Fried is just all of a sudden going to be bad because he had a bad start against Philly, a bad start in Colorado, and a bad start against Miami. Like, I think he's going to be working his way back, but there's been no indication that Max Fried is going to be that terrible for a prolonged amount of time. And I'm a Braves hater. I would love to come on here and think that he's going to say he's going to get lit up today, but we all know the Giants aren't doing that. And Logan Webb at home has been pretty. I mean, we already know pretty damn good at home. Doesn't have a great history against the Braves, especially last year. This year he had a pretty decent start on the road against them, but I guess I don't, just like the Dodgers, I don't understand how we're getting the Braves at plus money. Even with how bad Max Fried has been, if you grade him as an average arm, not an above average arm, I still feel like Atlanta is in the driver's seat here today. So I will give you that the Atlanta bullpen is not in great shape. They're probably, I guess Iglesias has went 2 of the last 3 nights. So after the blowout, I guess it's really not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So it's only Atlanta or pass for me. I don't understand this number. I think this number is completely crazy because of Logan Webb at home. But this Giants offense isn't doing anything right now. Keep in mind, they've lost these 4 games to Atlanta, or 3 games to Atlanta, 1 game to Detroit. The 2 games that they won against Detroit, they won 3-1 and 3-2, and all those runs came like late in the game or in 1 inning. So really, the Giants' offense hasn't done anything since Thursday, August 8th in Washington. Since they've came back home to San Francisco since August 9th, they've been absolutely terrible. So there's just no way you can back San Francisco in this spot, if you ask me.
I wanted to take the Giants here. I did.
So did I, but there's no way. There's nothing that tells me that they should win.
Yeah, the Braves bullpen is on the tax side. I guess if you're looking for something, I'm not betting the Giants. I said the same thing yesterday, that I wanted to bet the Giants and didn't, and thank God I didn't. So I do want to bet the Giants, but yeah. I'm not going to. All right, let's move on to the next one.
I will say, too, that Logan Webb, just really quickly for anybody else that's watching, starting to get to that, like, who has he pitched against? Like Washington, Detroit, Oakland, Dodgers, Colorado, Toronto. So he's starting to, it's just one of those things where I'm starting to kind of pay attention to who he's pitched against. But anyway.
Yeah, but it's Logan Webb at home in San Francisco.
No, I get it. I get that. I'm just throwing that out there. That's where my head was at.
All right, what's this Boston-Baltimore line? Plus 115, minus 135. All right, Boston, Baltimore. Pavetta against. All right, Zach Eflin.
I can't tell you live on the show, but I'll tell you why. I had a feeling. I really liked this game kind of, and then I saw 2 people that really liked my side as well, and it really threw me off.
So I don't even know what your side is, but I will say the question that needs to be answered here is Zach Eflin's dominance at home, does that continue into Camden, or was that strictly a Trop thing?
I would say I don't think that you can expect. I wouldn't expect a huge drop off just because Baltimore does have one of the bigger ballparks. So it's not like he's going from a ballpark that takes away runs to a park that breeds runs. So I don't think the park factor is a huge difference. Obviously, the Trop. Especially if you know how to pitch in the Trop, it can be pretty deadly. But I just go off of what Eflin has done against this Boston team in his career. And it's funny because if you look at the game logs, it's essentially the same start and I'm not kidding, every single time. 5 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs. 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs. 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs. 5 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs. 4 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs. I mean, it's literally the same thing over and over and over again. So I really want to take Boston here. I'm not a big Nick Pivetta guy, but I do like getting Nick Pivetta on the road. His last 4 road starts. Again, throw out Colorado. He got killed in Colorado. 7 innings, one hit, no run, 10 strikeout in Miami, 6 innings, no runs against the Dodgers, and then 4 2/3, 2 hits, 2 runs against Texas. His last start in Baltimore last year, he went 7 innings, didn't give up a run, he went 10 strikeouts. I really want to play Boston here. I really, really do. Baltimore has absolutely owned this Boston team this year. They're 5-1 against them this year. I think they were 7-6 against them last year, and I think Boston won a couple games late, which made it even closer. So, all that being said, I really, really want to take Boston here. I don't think that Baltimore has been playing good enough baseball to command the prices that they've been commanding. That's just where I'm at. So,
that's kind of the side I want to be on also. And a couple people in the comments saying about Eflin at home. I mean, it's not always just the ballpark. Sometimes it's pitching second, because obviously when you're the home pitcher, you pitch the second half of the frame, which could be psychologically all kinds of. I mean, I've never pitched in the big leagues, so I can't personally speak on it, but seeing the other starting pitcher open it up, if he throws 1, 2, 3 inning, like psychologically going out there to match that, or if he gives up runs, going out there, like getting your team back in it. There's like all kinds of psychological differences to pitching second than to pitching first. So maybe it's not the ballpark, the Trop. But yeah, I agree that at this price, I mean, Pivetta on the road, that's where, if I'm going to back Nick Pivetta, it's going to be away from, and as many miles away from Fenway Park as I can get.
Exactly.
Almost like Baltimore to Fenway, that's almost not enough miles. I need to be
like
away.
we're looking like Seattle. Like Seattle's a perfect one. Yeah, hell yeah. Let's bet Nick Pivetta.
Yeah, as many miles as I can get away from Fenway Park. The more miles away he is, the greater I trust him. So on the road in Baltimore, I mean, it's kind of tough to be like, yeah, Pavetta's going to go into Camden and throw a gem. Like, it's tough to sell that. But at the same time, I mean, it's Boston against a righty. Is that still a thing? I think it is. It sputtered a little bit. So I actually might bet Boston, honestly. There's no action tonight. I have two bets open.
That's where my head's at. Like, I don't have a single bet down, and I feel like if I bet Seattle, Boston, and another dog, I'm gonna be all right if I win 2 out of 3 or something.
Let's bet this. I only have 2 bets open. I have Seattle, and then I have the under that's coming up.
ESPN bet has 130 if you have it open.
Yeah, that's the other thing. The market's moving against us here because this was 115. I updated these graphics that are on the screen like 2 hours ago. So Boston was plus 115 around 10 a.m. Eastern time. So in the last 2 hours, it's moved like 10 cents. No question, the market's moving it towards Baltimore. Maybe we wait. Maybe to see if I can get like a plus 135 later. I mean, that'd be crazy price for Boston. Is somebody sitting?
8 a.m.
Is somebody?
It's only 8 a.m. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's 12 a.m. for you guys, but still.
12 p.m.
Whatever. I'm horrible with that. It's 12. I know it's morning. That's all I know. I mean, who are they? I mean, even if they did, I mean, I don't know. It would have to be somebody big because they're going to get Jarren Duran back today. Like, that's a huge bat in their lineup back. He was only suspended 2 games, so they're going to get Jarren Duran back. So, matter of fact, you can make a case that Boston's lineup only getting better.
Yeah, and like, yeah, let's do it. I'm going to bet this, but I think I'm going to hang out and wait.
I was going to say I would wait an hour or 2 to check.
Yeah.
If they start to move down, then bet it. But if it stays going up, then let it ride.
All right. Next up. Nats Phillies. I mean, it's Wheeler against some lefties. There's something. What do you get the Nats at? Plus 230, plus 240?
Yeah. Plus 230.
I mean, it's tough to really go through this one at this crazy ass price, but I mean, at the same time, it's Wheeler at home. It's been so good in that ballpark this year, and I'm not betting the Nationals. I obviously at this price I'd like to, but I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah. So Yeah, I think that Zach Wheeler probably shoves here today. Nationals team totals at 2.5, juice to the under. I'm sorry, juice to the over, but still 2.5 is a very small number. Zach Wheeler, his last home start, he got absolutely dominated by the Yankees. 5 innings, 7 hits, 7 runs. Also doesn't have like fantastic history against the Nationals. I mean, they're winning games and whatnot, but he's going 6-7 innings, usually 6 innings, giving up 2 or 3 runs. So I will say it's not as potent as the Nationals lineup that he's used to seeing. Yeah, it's just really hard to lay this huge price with this Phillies team right now that I don't really know what their motivation is. I think they're just trying to get to the postseason without being hurt and whatnot. So, yeah, I do think the Phillies win, but do I want to pay -135 to lay -1.5? Not really. But I would love to find a way that I think that Washington could beat them, but I just don't really see it with Mitchell Parker on the mound. So
Yeah.
Philly does pretty damn well against left-handed pitching. So maybe if he was a righty. That was another thing. Philly, again, they used those guys yesterday or 2 days ago in their bullpen. And well, guess what? They had to use them last night. And now Estevez and Hoffman have went back-to-back nights. God damn it. Now I have to bet the Nats.
Don't, bro.
I'm not going to, but yeah.
What about an
anyway.
over?
8? Okay, I could see that.
I mean, even if the total's down at 8, hold on. Let me see if you can get like an expensive 7.5 somewhere. Because even if Zach Wheeler, let's say, gives you 7 shutout, I don't know. It's Mitchell Parker.
That's what's gonna. Bother
No, you can't. It's 8. In fact, you have to pay a little juice to get the 8. So no, I mean, I think I'm gonna put over up for me. I don't think I'm gonna bet that, but
I would even. Yeah, never mind. I wouldn't even want to do that.
yeah. All right, so it'll be over a pass for me. Next up. Last game up, and I kind of messed up on this one, Minnesota, Texas. I didn't think there was an urgency to get the bet down last night, so I didn't post it on the website. I posted in the Discord, so if you're in the Discord, you saw it and hopefully got it. I didn't think this was going to be one that moved the market or anything, and you can't get those 8.5s anymore. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, last night I took the under at 8.5, and I had no idea that there was urgency in that. Usually, if I'm like taking a side or something, a bet that I think is going to move, I'll get it up on the website as soon as possible. I didn't even really think it was. I still like the under at 8. Obviously, I like my 8.5 better. But I hate the spot for both lineups. You got both of these teams flying in, fresh off of travel. Cody Bradford's actually been pretty good, and the Twins have just stopped getting to lefties. If you look at the left, they've been struggling against left-handed pitching. I'm pretty sure the only lefty, I don't have it open in front of me, I'm not on my computer, I'm on Prop Beavers, but the only lefty that the Twins have gotten to out of the last 4 or 5 they've seen is that kid Cantillo from Cleveland, who was
Joey Cantillo. Yep.
Yeah, that's the only one they got to.
They've also seen Imanaga, Crochet, Manaya, Quintana, Skubal, Ranger Suarez.
I mean, Cody Bradford's been good, though.
No, 100%.
So
I love the under.
The Twins cooling a bit. I mean, in the last 30 days, I'm pretty sure the Twins are like bottom 6, 7 in baseball against lefties, right? You have the spreadsheet open?
Yeah, I do.
What are they?
You said just lefties?
Well, yeah.
The last 14 days, 14, 14, 15. Last 30 days, 25, 25, 24.
Yes, that's what I was looking at. So the last 30 days, they're actually a bottom 5, bottom 6 lineup against lefties. And like I said, they actually haven't gotten to the last few lefties that they've seen, with the exception of that Cantillo kid in Cleveland. So Cody Bradford's pitching well. You got the Twins flying in without a day off into Arlington. I think Cody Bradford should pitch well here. And on the other side, Bailey Ober, I mean, he's been solid this year. And the Rangers, I could get behind them at times, and I could get behind them more so against a lefty starter. But against a righty starter, and by the way, the Rangers are also just flying in, returning from a road trip too. So you got both teams flying in. I don't really like the spot for either lineups. And when I looked last night, Arlington was one of the lowest on ballpark run in. What is it?
Ballpark Pal. Run
Yeah,
index?
I looked at that, and they were the second lowest last night. I don't know if that's changed. So it was also weather-wise, it was like a minus 8% runs. So I grabbed 8.5. Unfortunately, it's not there anymore. It's at 8, but I still think we're looking at a low-scoring game here.
Yeah, I can't argue an under 8.5, especially considering both these teams are going to be traveling in here without rest. And Bailey Ober has been one of the more dominating pitchers of the second half. I mean, just been really, really good for Minnesota. I don't think he's getting enough credit for what he's been doing. And like Sauce said, I mean, Cody Bradford, I mean, in his starts this year, I mean, he's been just fine. I mean, it's only been 5 of them, but I mean, a lot of them, 4 of them have been at home. Boston, Oakland, Houston too. It's not like those teams are pretty decent as far as hitting the ball. So it's not like he's facing like terrible lineups and, doing inflating his numbers against them. So I
think the under is a good bet. And look,
100%. I'm not even. Yeah, I was just trying to figure out as far as people sides go.
How about this? If you don't want to take the under, if you were forced to take one of the team total unders, who would it be?
If I had to take a team total under, I would take the Twins team total under 3.5.
So that means you're leaning towards Texas here.
Yeah, I am. I'm not going to bet Texas. I guess that's just where I'm at. Like, I feel like I've done this song and dance with this team 20 times this year, and I've lost 17 out of 20, where it's like, I love the spot. I don't want to bet it. I should bet it. Oh, fuck it. I'm going to bet it. And then they lose. So, Texas is 3-7 their last 10, 7-13 their last 20, 13-17 their last 30. It's just really hard to pick and choose when this team is going to win, especially back-to-back games. Let's just see, just for shits and giggles. When's the last time Texas Rangers won back-to-back baseball games? I bet you it's been a while.
Really?
Yeah. July 24th.
The Rangers. I said on the show I liked the Rangers yesterday. I wish I bet that. Would have been a miracle comeback.
It would have been, yeah. They haven't won games. They haven't won back-to-back games since they beat the White Sox July 24th and 25th. So it's been a rough.
So the 24th, 25th, and it was against the White Sox.
Yeah. So again, that's not me saying, "Oh, bet the Twins, the Rangers don't win 2 games in a row." My point to that just being, I kind of wanted to bet the Rangers. It's just really hard to bet them at such a short plus price. I think that you're better off if you like that side. You're betting a team total under, like Sauce said. So, yeah, I think personally, I think the Twins team total under 3.5 is probably what I'm going to put a couple shekels on, just because I think the idea that the Twins team is so good right now because of what they've shown, which they have been really, really good, especially putting up 30 runs against Kansas City the last couple nights. So I know they had a clunker on Wednesday, but before that they were putting up a ton of runs. So yeah, Minnesota team total under 3.5.
I like that bet. I'll stick with my under 8.5. But all right, let's do. There's only 7 games, so maybe we could do like a community top bet. Should we play this? Well, I'll play the song.
Community parlay, the parlay we bet, yeah. Community parlay is for the community. We community, making a parlay. Yeah.
All right, let's see what we got here. So what's game 1 is Oakland Mets. So they like Grimace there. So we're going to do a community top bet. So I'll make it Mets minus 1.5. And game 2 is... Did they like Seattle there? I'll say Mariners. I like Seattle. I don't remember what they voted for. Game 3, Dodgers, Brewers. I would imagine they voted for the Dodgers there. And game 4 was Braves, Giants. They probably voted for the Braves. All right, we're going to do 2 polls. We'll get a final, and we'll have let's see what your guys' top bet is as a community. Someone say my hat and my shirt don't match. Dude, this morning has been... Probably were left for vacation, so I thought that I could just shift all the sound equipment over to his computer, and it would be a smooth transition. No. It wasn't. I was ready to fight somebody this morning. Oh, someone asked about the football. So what we're gonna do for the the football stuff is me and Andy are going to go live later on, like I think at 4 p.m. the normal time. Probably not going to be a ton of people in the comments. I mean, it's mostly just to get the stuff recorded so we can upload the preview videos, because those things have rewatchability. I mean, these preview videos that we're doing, they're going to be getting views all the way up into September. So it's not so much like hey, we're going to be live doing you can't miss it. You'll be able to watch what we do. So that'll be at 4 p.m. But completely cool if you guys can't make it, because you'll be able to rewatch that.
Where did Prop Beaver go on vacation to?
I don't even know. Where'd Prop Beaver go on vacation, Andy? He probably listened. Andy, where'd Prop Beaver go on vacation? Disney.
Oh, that's right. I remember him telling me that. Or talking about it.
Phillies Nats. We'll put a Phillies money. We'll go Phillies -1.5 to make it realistic. And then Twins Rangers. Who did they vote in that one?
I saw a lot of Ranger comments like "Toast, shut up, take the Rangers. It's the Rangers."
No, Twins won. Twins won.
Okay. Well,
yeah, I noticed that there's a difference. Because a lot of the people who are watching are on their TVs, watching on smart TVs, so they're not commenting. So there's the viewership, and then there's like the group of 25, 30 people commenting, and sometimes they're not always in agreement.
yeah, I only read Cold Pizza's comment. Toast, shut up, take the Rangers.
Yeah, that guy commented for it. Wow, Kyle's actually working in the morning. What?
I was dying. The first comment, you were like, "We'll be live" and whatever, and some guy said something about being. Oh, you said something about the schedule, and you're like, "I'm surprised you don't know what the schedule is." And it took him like 20 minutes, and he replied, and he's like, "Kyle's gonna get crushed today." It was so funny. That was like the best thing. It was so. Yeah. He thought he was like so cool.
Oh. Yeah. Some of those people are such easy marks that like I probably shouldn't. Like some of the comments are so like, damn man, like you're asking me to just scorch you.
Oh, people, I love you. Especially gamblers.
People are ripping on him for going to Disney. Oh, let me read it. Oh, that's awesome.
I'm assuming he went to the Florida one.
I honestly don't know. I didn't even know he went to Disney until Andy just said it. As soon as he told me what days he'd be out, I mute the rest of the sentence out.
Yeah, I know that.
I know that.
I know how that is.
All right, so Dodgers and Orioles money line are your guys' two favorites. So we'll do a final vote here. Top bet: Dodgers money line, Orioles money line.
That's like one, like for me, like that's like the key way to know if you know Kyle. Like if you get offended because he doesn't listen to what you say, then you probably don't know Kyle very much. So he listens to what is important to him, and that is it. And if you take offense to that, that's on you. Like, because
dead ass. It's not
it
purposely.
doesn't even. Yeah, I was gonna say you can't take it personal because you don't mean it personal. That's why
I can't. Can't help it. My mind is on other things.
Yeah, and it's for me. I respect it. I think that it shows that you're driven more than anything. But yeah, it is kind of funny sometimes.
Someone said it's got community flag. I guess for taking the Orioles. Wow, really? You guys are all on the Dodgers today. Yeah, so the community top bet is the Dodgers. You know what? Whatever. I'll put it on the screen real quick.
I get it.
Yeah, you said you were leaning towards the Dodgers also.
Yeah.
Dodgers money line, community top bet. All right. So, here it is. So yeah, later me and Andy will be live to go through some football. Tomorrow we're doing 2 NFL teams. So tomorrow's show is going to be a long one. We're doing 15 MLB games. I think it'll be me, Toast, and Lindy. Then after, Scoop and Andy are coming on. We're doing, today's the Rams, and tomorrow we're doing the Jags and the 49ers tomorrow. So tomorrow we're doing 2 NFL teams and then a bunch of college teams because we have 4 Mountain West teams that fell behind. So yeah, tomorrow we'll be live for like 2.5 hours doing a lot. So everyone, enjoy your day. If you're coming back to watch the football previews, I'll see you in about 3.5 hours. Hopefully by that time, the Phillies are losing. That'd be nice. But more importantly, I hope the Mariners have not screwed me because I did bet.